I'm a 33-year-old Army reservist named Josh, living in a relatively quiet suburban neighborhood on the outskirts of Fort Raleigh, North Carolina. I bought a home there 2 years ago after serving a tour overseas. The area is peaceful, the kind of place where people wave at each other, lawns are always mowed, and everything looks like a model town from a real estate brochure. Asterisk. Everything was calm until Karen became president of our homeowners association. Asterisk. Let me paint a picture. Platinum blonde bob haircut, oversized sunglasses, walking her Pomeranian. Named Chardonnay every morning at precisely 6:45 a.m. Clipboard in hand, watching for the smallest violation of HOA policy. Someone forgot to edge their lawn? Fine. Holiday lights still up on January 2nd? Fine. Garage door left open for 15 minutes? Warning. Asterisk. I usually kept to myself. Being in the military reserves and juggling part-time cybersecurity work kept me busy. However, I also had to follow mandatory weekend training drills on base, which included some rather unique logistics. Asterisk. That's where the conflict began. Asterisk. For one of our extended weekend training exercises, I was selected as squad leader and given permission to run an off-site simulation on land adjacent to my neighborhood. It was previously owned by the military and still under contractual use for occasional exercises. Think of it as a no-man's land buffer zone between civilian properties and Fort Raleigh's test grounds. The land is barren, marked as restricted use and fenced with warning signs. Asterisk. I had the required permissions from the Department of Defense, clearance from the county, and had notified the local sheriff's department, fire department, and emergency services in advance. As standard procedure, our unit dropped some equipment ahead of time on the Friday evening before the drill. Asterisk. This included camouflage tents, dummy supplies, asterisk, field communication devices, one fully camouflaged all-terrain vehicle, military issue, radio, towers, low signal. Temporary, asterisk. The tents were within a half-mile of my property, but entirely on legally designated military-use land. We weren't even going to stay overnight, just practice recon drills and evacuations during the day. Asterisk. Saturday morning, all hell broke loose. Asterisk. I was just finishing a 5-mile ruck march with my squad when I saw Karen standing near the boundary fence, arms crossed, Chardonnay barking frantically. Her sunglasses slid down her nose as she dramatically pointed toward the camouflage tents. Asterisk. Karen. What is going on here? This is a neighborhood, not some war zone. Asterisk. Me. Ma'am, this is authorized military training on military land. Asterisk. Karen. You can't just camp next to residential homes. There are rules, you know. HOA regulations. Asterisk. Me. Keeping my cool. This area isn't under HOA jurisdiction, it's federal property. The training is cleared by the government. Asterisk. Karen. I don't care if you have a permission slip from the president. This is an eyesore and a hazard. You're disturbing the peace and my dog is traumatized. Asterisk. I calmly tried to explain the difference between HOA land and federal land. She refused to listen and stormed off, muttering something about calling the board and Fox News. Asterisk. The following Monday, I found a sealed envelope taped to my front door. Asterisk. Greater than HO and notice of violation, illegal camping, unauthorized structure setup. Asterisk. Fine. $1,500. Asterisk. Failure to comply may result in additional penalties or legal action. Asterisk. I burst out laughing at first. This couldn't be serious. But when I called the HOA office, I was told Karen had unilaterally issued the fine under a new amendment that was added to the bylaws during an emergency HOA meeting that apparently happened on Sunday evening. Asterisk. I demanded the documentation and discovered the meeting had only 3 people, Karen and 2 of her tennis club friends who didn't even live on my street. They pushed a rule that no temporary structures, including tents, trailers, or other forms of camping gear, may be erected within view of any HOA property boundary. I appealed immediately. A week later, I attended the HOA appeal hearing. It was held in a conference room at the local library. Karen was there with her lawyer, who looked more confused than convinced, and I brought a stack of paperwork. Federal authorization documents, county zoning maps, asterisk. Satellite imagery of the tent placement confirmation from Fort Raleigh, letters from the sheriff and fire department, asterisk. I laid it all out like a courtroom drama, asterisk. Karen still tried to argue that it felt illegal and that children could see camo and be scared. Her most ridiculous claim? That the military shouldn't be near homes because it sends the wrong message about violence. Asterisk the rest of the board, after realizing the liability they were exposing themselves to, unanimously voted to revoke the fine and struck the new bylaw amendment as invalid and unenforceable. Karen, she stormed out, but she wasn't done yet. Asterisk over the next month, Karen began a low-key harassment campaign. Asterisk reported me for lawn discoloration. I water my grass 3x a week. It's flawless. Asterisk filed a noise complaint for aggressive marching during morning workouts. Asterisk took photos of my house and posted them on Nextdoor with ominous captions like, "Weapons storage?" It was just a BBQ smoker. Asterisk tried to block my Amazon deliveries by claiming I was running a commercial operation. Asterisk I documented everything. Every letter, every interaction, every time Chardonnay pooped on my lawn without Karen cleaning it up. I even installed a security camera totally within my rights and caught her twice trespassing to peer over my backyard fence. Asterisk by month 2, I'd had enough. I submitted a full report to the HOA oversight committee at the county level, along with camera footage, timeline records, and witness statements. What followed was a formal investigation not just into Karen's harassment, but into her actions as HOA president. Asterisk turns out, she had been fining people without full board consent. She misused HOA funds for personal security equipment. Read, fancy cameras on her porch. She falsified meeting minutes more than once. Her dog was technically unregistered per city rules. Asterisk Karen was forced to resign. She tried to claim she was being bullied by male-dominated systems, but nobody bought it. Her resignation letter, riddled with spelling errors and accusations of a military conspiracy, became a local meme in the neighborhood. Asterisk the new HOA board, led by a retired school principal and 2 sensible neighbors, restored peace. They publicly apologized to me and reversed every violation that Karen had filed during her tenure. They even gave me a $100 gift card for community patience and service. Asterisk the area near the military buffer was redesignated with a sign that clearly read, Asterisk authorized military training zone. No. Trespassing beyond this point, violators will be prosecuted under federal code. Karen sold her house a few months later. I heard she moved to Florida. Asterisk ironically, the new family that bought her place, the husband's in the Navy Reserves. He brought his own camo tent for his kids to play in the backyard. Asterisk poetic justice. Asterisk 2. Everyone dealing with a power-tripping HOA. Karen, know your rights. Document everything, and don't be afraid to stand up when you're in the right. And always keep your lawn edged. Not for Karen just because it looks good. Asterisk